Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2022-2023, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 76 years of independence, India's G20 presidency, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today is commemorated as World Cotton Day with the theme, Weaving a Better Future for Cotton. A single ton of cotton provides year-round employment for 5 people on average, often in some of the most impoverished regions. Cotton-based filaments are appealing to 3D printers because they conduct heat well, become stronger when wet, and are more scalable than materials like wood. In addition to its fiber used in textiles and apparels, food products can be derived from cotton, such as edible oil and animal feed from the seed. Cotton is one of the most common fabrics in our wardrobes. It is comfortable, hypoallergenic, breathable, and durable. But cotton represents so much more than just a commodity. Its natural fabric is a life-changing product. Worldwide, that sustain 32 million growers, almost half of them women, and benefits over 100 million families across 80 countries in 5 continents. This means behind any cotton clothing, following back its straight chain, there is a personal story. It is true that cotton is really important to developed economies. But for at least developed and developing countries, it is a safety net. Cotton is a major source of livelihoods and incomes for many rural smallholds and laborers, including women, providing employment and income, some of the poorest rural areas in the world. On third official UN Cotton Day, under the theme Making Cotton Fair and Sustainable for All, from farm to fashion, the United Nations wants to raise visibility of the cotton sector and awareness of the critical role that it plays in economic development, international trade, and poverty alleviation. The observance also aims to highlight importance of sustained, inclusive, sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. So World Cotton Day as an idea that started thanks to the cotton folk. The initiative of the World Cotton Day was born in 2019 when 4 cotton producers in sub-Saharan Africa, Benin, Burkina Faso, Chad, and Mali, known as the Cotton Four, proposed the World Trade Organization a Cotton Day celebration on October 7th. During 2 consecutive years, the date offered an opportunity to share knowledge and showcase cotton-related activities. Now that United Nations has officially recognized this World Cotton Day, this great opportunity creates awareness of the need of the market access for cotton and cotton-related products from least developed countries, fosters sustainable trade policies, enables developing countries to benefit more from every step of the cotton value chain, a rules-based, non-discriminatory, open, fair, inclusive, predictable, and transparent international cotton trading system is key to provide a livelihood to hundreds of millions of vulnerable people around the globe. Besides, greater investments are needed to expand the sector beyond raw cotton production and create new income opportunities, especially for farmers, by adding more value to cotton fiber and developing byproducts from other parts of the cotton plant. UN agencies have worked years towards the mission. For instance, the International Trade Center and the World Trade Organization have helped CFO to optimize production and improve local processing capacity, as well as to discuss the trade reforms needed to address high trade barriers and inequalities for cotton producers in developing countries. These efforts date back to 2003 through the Cotton Initiative. Another UN agency, FAO, has long offered for developing countries technical and policy support for boosting productive and creating more opportunities. In the cotton as value chain or cotton value chain. As an example, the Cotton Project, a cooperative initiative with Brazil, another leader in the industry, that helps Latin America producers to introduce innovative farming methods. So let's keep working on offering the assistance to the cotton sector in developing countries to keep increasing productivity, investment, and bring innovation and sustainable standard to the increase the benefits of the cotton sector worldwide. The website Cotton Portal provides a single entry point for all the cotton-specific information or market access, trade statistics, country-specific business, contacts, and development assistance related information, as well as links to relevant documents and web pages. It also provides links to other organizations active on cotton. South American countries that rely heavily on on cotton have suffered a decrease in production, affecting the income of thousands of farming families. The initiative Plus Cotton, led by FAO, the Brazilian Cooperative Agency, and other local partners, hopes to counter this by working with frames across even countries in South America. The initiative encourages collaboration and the sharing of innovative farming methods. Just over a year after it was proposed in 2003, a cotton subcommittee was set up under the Agriculture's Committee special sessions. The August 2004 General Council decided that created the subcommittee, also said General Council would look at the development issues. As on 1st December 2004, the Cotton Initiative document explains current agricultural issues raised before in the current negotiations. It has been prepared by the Information and Media Relations Division of the WTO Secretariat to help public understanding about the agriculture negotiations, and it is not the official record of negotiations as on date of the document. So the cotton portal provides a single entry point for all the cotton specific information available in World Trade Organization and ITC databases on market access, trade statistics, country specific, business contacts, and development assistance related information, as well as the links to relevant documents and web pages. It also provides links to other organizations active on cotton. Exporters, importers, investors, and trade support institutions can use it to search business opportunities and market requirements for the products. The cotton-related work at the WTO and the statistical information on trade, tariffs, and non-tariffs measures available at the WTO, ITC market analysis information and services are all available on relevant websites and also the links on cotton portal. Plus Cotton, the program of FAO International Cooperation, it is estimated that around 350 million people worldwide are engaged in economic activities related to cotton, one of the 20 most essential commodities in world market in terms of value. In Latin America, cotton producers is derived in many countries by family farmers. In the 2017-18 session, 13.4 million hectares were planted in the region, representing 17.7 million tons of fiber produced by small and large farmers, as per ICAC 2020. According to the information obtained by the Project Plus Cotton, in 2019, there were 131,500 cotton producing farmers in the region, 77% of whom were family farmers. In the Latin American region, cotton has been grown for thousands of years. It is one of the most important crops globally, representing an essential item in millions of farming families' livelihoods through the generation of employment and income, contributing significantly to food security, especially in developing countries. To promote the sustainable development of the cotton value chain in region, the Brazilian government, through the Brazilian Cooperation Agency, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, ABCMRE, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, and 7 partner countries, Argentina, Bolivia, Ecuador, Colombia, Haiti, Paraguay, and Peru, have joined the forces to implement the Plus Cotton project. This trilateral South-South cooperation initiative, launched in 2013, has already invested more than $10 million in regional and country actions, with the financial resources from the Brazilian Cotton Institute, IBA, and the technical and human resources from partner institutions, both in Brazil and in partner countries. The trilateral South-South cooperation generates opportunities to exchange knowledge and experiences, encouragement for market access, promotion of technological innovations, and agriculture management in an agro-food systems perspective, where diversified production systems contribute to the nutrition and food security of cotton families in the most underdeveloped territories, in addition to the opportunity for an innovative business in partner countries. To this end, Plus Cotton mobilizes a regional network of more than 90 public and private sector institutions, joining efforts to make them cotton value chain comparative and position itself as a critical item in the region to promote better living conditions for farming families. So more cotton, more sustainability. The Plus Cotton project promotes sustainable and inclusive production systems from an integral view of the cotton value chain to encourage rural development by promoting value addition, fair trade, and boosting the agro-fertile system. Diversity of strategic partners in this international cooperation. Various actors provide technical assistance to strengthen partner countries, cotton value chain, government representatives, extension workers, researchers, academics, and representatives of farmers, unions, and the textile sector. All are working together to boost not only cotton production, but also to strengthen their knowledge, promote technological innovations, and support the expansion of spaces of marketing, the fiber and processed products such as handicrafts, among other co-products as a family farming production system. The project generates analysis, good practices, and studies, field visits on site, and virtual training delivery of the inputs such as seeds and new technologies adopted to cotton family agriculture such as machinery. Technological innovations plays a central role in the actions of Project Plus Cotton in partner countries. Examples include the use of drones in Ecuador, mechanized harvesting in Peru, the Lazos platform for technical assistance and rural extension and training in Paraguay, the cotton inners in Paraguay and Ecuador, among others, within the framework of the project. Embrapa Cotton developed a prototype machinery for family cotton farming. The machine was taken to Paraguay in 2022 for field tests and demonstrations. Through its actions, Plus Cotton seeks to contribute to food security, the eradication of rural poverty and hunger, the promotion of gender equality, and the autonomy of women, farmers, decent work, the recognition of indigenous peoples and their relationship with native cotton and economic growth, responsible production and consumption goals within that integrate the sustainable development goals. The vital role played by rural cotton women is one of the project's cross-cutting themes, taking into account the many contributions these women make, not only in common cultivation or animal husbandry, but also in the processing through craft and marketing activities, and in the food security of their families with the food crops in the consortium. In addition to the gender approach, Project Plus Cotton has another important cross-cutting themes, such as indigenous peoples, rural youth, and climate changes because of their importance in rural development in the partner countries. Markets and value chains, the Plus Cotton project has developed various regional and in-country actions to promote the products and co-products of this agro-textile system. Based on the field and commercial experiences, the aim is to expand marketing opportunities for cotton farmers and connect these farmers to sustainable markets, rescuing the intrinsic value of family farming and making it possible to generate income. The actions seek to manage the cotton system supply, to strengthen the value chains in the partner countries of the Plus Cotton by motivating, encouraging the participation of the private sector for the articulation of productive clusters. On the market issue, the project has supported the first blockchain pilot in Latin America involving the cooperative of family farmers. COSTAC from Piura, Peru, and the company Credit Text. Actions and development, tactical shock action plan, profiling business for resale, commercial opportunities for fibers and seeds, complementary yarns for spinning and weaving in the region, tactical design action, identifying the customer segment and business model, workshop on the design of Latin American craft products, niches for colorful, certified and sustainable cotton of family farming, native cotton extracts for cosmetics and oleochemistry. So price policy management, financial inclusion, and the smallholder risk management, formulation of projects for economic revival, prioritizing partnerships and strengthening Latin American fiber exports with sanitary and phytosanitary measures, connectivity with purpose and business roundtables, and has such major initiatives. So in November 2019, the official launch of World Cotton Day was held in Geneva, Switzerland, a date created to celebrate the many advantages of cotton, from its qualities as a natural fiber to the benefits that people obtain from its production, processing, commerce, and consumption. In August 2021, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed October 7th as World Cotton Day. So year after year since its launch, the Plus Cotton project has promoted events with the aim of celebrating the dates and taking advantage of the opportunity to position Latin America cotton chain and share knowledge, exchange experiences, and good practices. Practices with the aim of reinforcing the importance of value chain and contributing to its positioning in the region. So let's look at various themes from the first Cotton Day celebration. 2019, participation of the project in the launch event in Geneva and presentation of the documentary Living Culture, Native Cotton. 2020, project organizers the virtual event together. We are more cotton. 2021, project organizes the virtual event World Cotton Day in Latin America and the Caribbean and the launch of the animation Cotton, the Fiber That Unites Us. 2022, hybrid event at FAO headquarters in Rome with the participation of the Plus Algodon project and the launch of documentary Argo Ancestral Cotton, Sacred Cultivation from the Heart of the World. 2023 project organizes the Latin America Cotton Week in Brasilia, Brazil, with a series of activities including the launch of Latin America dresses in cotton collection and the launch of video of 10 years of Plus Algodon project. The actions of the Plus Algodon project have also been recognized on the UN website for World Cotton Day, where various materials produced by the project, such as videos and publications, are highlighted, an important achievement in terms of visibility for South-South cooperation, South between FAO and the government of Brazil on this issue. So finally, to conclude, cotton is an important means of livelihood for millions of smallholders, workers, and their families, providing employment and income. Cotton exports represent an important source of foreign exchange earnings for a number of low-income countries, helping to cover their food import bills. Cotton faces a number of uncertainties on both the production and demand sides that need to be properly addressed if the sector is to realize its fullest potential in supporting economic growth and sustainable development. The cotton sector at all levels of the value chain represents a way to address wider development concerns, to empower women and boost youth employment while ensuring decent work for all. The mobilization of innovative technologies and resources is vital to ensure that the sector remains valuable and sustainable. Greater investments are needed to expand the sector beyond raw cotton production and create new income opportunities, especially for farmers, by adding more value to the cotton fiber and developing byproducts from other parts of the cotton plant. A rules-based, non-discriminatory, open, fair, inclusive, predictable, and transparent international cotton trading system is key to provide a livelihood to hundreds of millions of vulnerable people around the globe. It is critical to reduce trade distorting domestic support measures for cotton and any other market distortion hampering the benefits from trade liberalization. The top 5 cotton producing countries are China, India, United States of America, Brazil, and Pakistan, which together account for more than 3/4 of the global production. It is estimated that 32 million farmers produce cotton globally, and nearly half of them are women. Around 80% of the cotton is used in apparel, 15% in home furnishings, and the remaining 5% mostly accounts for non-woven applications such as filters and padding. Let's watch a short video.
This initiative helps to deliver on the call from the C4 for improved accessible market access information. This new dedicated cotton portal provides a single online entry point for all the cotton-specific information available both in the WTO and the ITC databases.
Celui qui veut acheter le coton du Mali à travers cette plateforme peut se retrouver avec toutes les informations souhaitées sur la qualité, sur les zones, sur le prix et sur tout ce qui concerne effectivement ce coton. C'est vraiment quelque chose d'extraordinaire pour les pays producteurs de coton et même pour les importateurs de coton. Donc c'est une mise en relation commerciale entre les différents intervenants du secteur.
Ce que nous faisons, c'est rapprocher les opportunités commerciales de petits producteurs en Afrique et d'ailleurs dans le reste du monde, pourquoi pas. C'est un outil qui va permettre aux filières de savoir où se trouvent les opportunités et comment pouvoir les exploiter.
By gathering all the relevant information, it means that we can better monitor the implementation of the market access commitments made by members in Nairobi.
On est toujours fort quand on se met ensemble. Alors, étant donné que les pays producteurs de coton se sont mis ensemble maintenant pour réfléchir, un, ça va renforcer la culture, deux, ça va renforcer encore l'économie de ces différents pays.
Cotton has become an important focus of the WTO negotiating agenda. We are moving in the right direction. I have no doubts about that. We have come a long way. There is still a long way to go, so let's keep pushing forward.
From field to fabric, the familiar touch of cotton is woven into our lives. Cotton is one of the oldest natural fibers. It is the thread connecting civilizations. Cotton's importance extends far beyond apparel. Worth billions, the cotton industry sustains 100 million families in almost 80 countries. Low-income countries earn much-needed revenues from cotton exports, and nearly half of the world's 32 million cotton farmers are women. Consumers appreciate cotton's natural properties. But as demand grows, cotton faces uncertainties. Climate change, unstable prices, and global economic shocks are all impacting the sector. Currently, 20% of cotton is being sustainably produced, but the sector is determined to adapt. The focus is on transforming parts of the plant into high-value products like fuel, food, and fertilizer. We must foster sustainable growth by harnessing the power of science, innovation, and technology. Improving cotton's performance as a fibre to meet consumers' evolving demand, creating jobs for young people and weaving a bright path into the future. World Cotton Day celebrates this precious resource. For better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and a better life, leaving no one behind.
More than just a textile, cotton is a culture and a way of life for hundreds of millions of households worldwide.
Cotton creates jobs and incomes for millions at the heart of the supply chain. 80% of cotton is used in the apparel sector, but all parts of the cotton plant can be used to produce food, feed, and energy.
Cotton's diverse uses create high-value opportunities for smallholders, women and young people, boosting livelihoods and contributing to food security.
Together, we and our partners spare no efforts to make cotton farming more competitive.
For the cotton industry to thrive, we support small business ecosystems and promote innovative technology.
We foster sustainable farming practices and boost employment.
We work alongside producers to add value, create jobs, and reduce the effects of climate change.
We improve farmers' livelihoods by strengthening cotton value chains, value addition, and trade.
We oversee a rules-based global trade, pursuing a more transparent and fairer international cotton trade.
Together, we celebrate World Cotton Day, renewing our commitment to this precious resource and reaffirming cotton's role in achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals.
Today, we are also commemorating International Day of Peaceful Communication. International Day of Peaceful Communication is observed all across the world on October 7th each year. The day aims to encourage individuals and governments to solve conflict without resorting to any kind of aggression. On this day, people across the globe focus on communicating in a way that promotes peaceful dialogue as well as peaceful outcomes. This can prove useful, especially in situations that have for so long been subjected to violence. With peaceful talks, an open mind, and almost any conflict that can come to an end, find out how the International Day of Peaceful Communication is observed in your country or locality. International Day of Peaceful Communication was founded by Reuben M. West in 2019. The day was created to raise awareness of the power of peaceful communication. The celebrations intended to promote peaceful communication as a norm for families and communities as well as governments. The international institution's International Day of Peaceful Communication should be observed by communicating in a way that focuses on cooperation, collaboration, and peace while tackling complicated issues of conflict, judgment, and intimidation. Days such as the International Day of Peaceful Communication have become increasingly important in today's age of unprecedented challenges. Divisive sentiments are at an all-time high, especially those spreading hatred and intolerance. Terrorism is fueling violence, while violent extremism seeks to marginalize those who are already in compromised positions. In poorest and least developed parts of the world, climate-related disasters are worsening the existing situation and creating forced migration. This has also led to a rise in violent crimes. The barriers to peace are complex and steep. It is not possible for any country to resolve on its own. And perhaps that's why the International Day of Peaceful Communication has been adopted globally. This can be a successful venture only when there's solidarity and joint action. We must establish a culture of peace and sustainable development, along with human rights awareness, skills for peaceful regulations, good governance, prevention of conflict, and peacebuilding. The road ahead is long, but the International Day of Peaceful Communication is the start that we desperately need for a happier life or happier future. United Nations peacekeeping missions began globally in 1948. An end of the Cold War conflicts arise out of proxy wars and psychological warfare in 1991. Study shows that the UN is peaceful. Two out of three of its peacekeeping missions are successful in 2005. Transparency International UN peacekeeping is accused of corruption and oversight in 2013. So there are four components of peaceful communication, which can be expressed through four components, that is observations, feelings, needs, and requests. Peace dialogue is defined as a dialogue practice of mutual accommodation applied in different dialogue procedures as to achieve social transformation. Dialogue is a process where the participant commit to listening, reflecting, and questioning with a curious mind to seek a shared understanding. A resolution dialogue has the purpose of resolving conflicts through dialogue. So begin the celebrations of the International Day of Peaceful Communications at home. If there's a conflict in your family, try to resolve it with dialogue alone. Also, try to understand the other person's point of view. Hearing about International Day of Peaceful Communications for the first time, find out how country celebrates it and join the events of the day. You can also urge your electorate representatives and how they can plan to resolve conflicts in your area. The best way to observe the International Day of Peace Communication is by encouraging more people to observe the day and demand that their elected leaders solve conflicts with dialogue instead of violence. In World War II, more than 1 lakh crewmen were killed alone. Wars killed thousands of people. Life goes on despite wars. Stanislava delivered 3,000 babies at an Auschwitz concentration camp. Necessary items are rationed during wartime. British soldiers got a ration of 3 sheets of toilet paper a day, while American got 22. War affecting manufacturing. Only 139 cars were made in US during the World War II. Its effect is indelible. Only 20% of the males born in the Soviet Union in 1923 survived the war. So hopes for peace, the first and foremost aim of the International Day of Peaceful Communication is to establish peace and harmony in place of conflict and aggression. This is the need of the hour. It is also important to apply the lessons of the International Day of Peaceful Communications to your everyday life. It can help you be level-headed and calm and quickly, efficiently solve problems at home or workplace. Every year, thousands of lives are lost to conflict and wars. International Day of Peaceful Communication is a reminder that such deaths can be easily prevented if we encourage peace talks. Today is also commemorated as National Forgiveness and Happiness Day in US that celebrates forgiveness and the amount of happiness it can bring. To one's life. While many people hold on grudges and fantasize about revenge, studies have revealed that the best way to heal is to actually forgive the person who hurt you. And no, forgiving someone does not make you weak. Instead, it contributes to the creation of much more successful and happy you. So on this National Forgiveness and Happiness Day, fill your heart with the light of love and practice art of forgiveness. It will be the best decision you have made all year. The National Forgiveness and Happiness Day is an occasion that celebrates forgiveness and encourages people to let bygones be bygones. This is because being unforgiving will only be harmful to you in the long run. It will have no impact on the one who hurt you. To encourage the practicing of letting go, this religious-based holiday was created, sponsored by Robert Moyes and the Worldwide Forgiveness Alliance. The goal of the holiday was to do the will of the God each day and to love one another as God loves. In fact, the organizers of the day also came up with a prayer of forgiveness, which asked God to forgive others. It also pleads with God to provide us with the power to forgive others and also help one forgive oneself. Not the religious kind. Well, this day is still important for you since the theory of forgiveness and the impact it has on one's life has been supported by numerous theories and researchers. For instance, in 1998, 2 researchers revealed that forgiveness is different from pardoning, excusing, forgetting, denial. Instead, it's an act that allows you to reconcile with yourself and restore a fractured relationship. This does not mean that you forget the wrong that has been done to you, but instead, you focus on accepting that it has happened and then choose to move on. Another study revealed that forgiveness increases positive emotions and reduces negative ones, such as blame and anger. Furthermore, in 2020, Shauna Shiprio wrote in her book, "Forgiveness is perhaps the most challenging of all resources available to us and the most transformational." So forgiveness is the feeling that is beneficial for physical and mental health. You can celebrate forgiveness by being expressive and sending wishes, greetings, messages, flowers to someone you want to apologize to. Forgiveness transforms anger and hurt into healing and peace. So make a list of people you want to forgive throughout your life. There may be many people who have hurt you. Well, now it's the time to think of them and free your heart of all the grudges. We all make mistakes because we all are human. But instead of ignoring your mistakes, confront the people you have hurt and ask them for forgiveness. Preach the lesson. Never ever everyone not everyone knows how essential forgiveness is for happiness. Hence, use this day to spread the message and improve the lives of thousands of people. Letting go of grudges, forgiveness makes you happier and healthier. Effect on stress, being unforgiving produces the stress hormone. Don't be the victim. Forgiveness can empower you. Forgiveness increases compassion. It makes you more understanding and helps mend relationships. Blame game. Forgiveness makes you stop blaming others for your problems. So forgiveness is not easy, and it takes a person to be really strong to let go of negativity. This is what this day tries to remind us all, that forgiveness will only heal us. It shows how forgiveness can lead to happiness. The day explains how forgiveness doesn't make you weak, but instead, it could be the reason behind your eternal happiness. It makes people let go their grievances. Since the day promotes forgiveness, it makes many people forget their grudges and reassess. Since the day promotes forgiveness, it makes many people forget their grudges and reassess their relationships with a different perspective. Today is also commemorated as World Card Making Day, that is celebrated every first Saturday in October. This year, on October 7th, this day is dedicated to all the crafty ones, those who would prefer to make a card rather than buy one. This day was started in 2006, so the crafters can get a head start on the gift-giving holiday season. Creating handmade cards for loved ones to celebrate different holidays and special occasions is an art form, one that many people from around the world indulge in. As such, it does make some sense that a special day to celebrate this was created. This was exactly what Paper Crafts magazine inadvertently did on October 7, 2006. The celebration was initially only for subscribers to their magazine, but they were pleasantly surprised when it went viral. This was how the day was birthed, and it now celebrated by thousands all over the world. A company called Two Piece was also part of the history of World Card Making Day. They were involved with the first events commemorating the day. The history of card making itself dates back to Victorian era. Then they had cards announce someone's arrival. These cards were plain and no emotion. But things started to change as new printing techniques. They started making more colorful cards, which was gradually changed. How they were used, people started sending them to each other for different occasions. This was how the card making industry was built. Calling cards became penny postcards, when eventually became a modern day gift cards. These days, you can probably get a card for anything you need. There are business cards, greeting cards. So it brings people together, helps in planning for the holidays, and creates joy. It's not about just the crafts, it's about the thought and care that goes into making something. With your hands, these cards are usually more appreciated and they bring joy and a feeling of being loved to the recipients. Today, we are also commemorating Albuquerque International Balloon Festa in Mexico. Is a 9-day event that occurs annually in the first full week of October. It begins on a Saturday, and this year it is held from October 7th to October 15th. So this hot air balloon festival takes place in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The International Balloon Festa began in 1972 with a total of 13 balloons. Since its humble beginnings, it has since become the largest balloon event in the world. Now there are about 600 balloons, and so now there are about 600 balloons and 700 pilots that feature on the Balloon Festa. It is the most photographed event on the earth and largest annual international event held in the United States. The first Balloon Festa was watched by 10,000 people. Today, up to 1 lakh spectators may be watching on the launch field, and hundreds of thousands more fans watching from the outlying areas. As on TV in 2017, Balloon Festa Live was launched, enabling fans to live stream the event. This professionally produced live stream has an expert commentary of all the flying events. The increase in balloons and guests have meant that the Balloon Festa's home field has grown from a mall parking lot to its premature Today, we are also commemorating Frugal Fun Day in US. This year is the ultimate day for you to have all the fun in the world without breaking the break. Frugality, which means to spend money sparingly, it's a quality that may be thrown up for its cheapness fact. However, in today's fast-paced world, where everything is getting more and more expensive by minute, being frugal is everyone should strive for. Frugal Fun Day encourages you to have fun by spending $5 or less. Frugality which means to spend money sparingly, is a quality that may be frowned upon for its cheapness factor. If the frugal day encourages you to have fun by spending $5 or less, or in a fun activity, if the activity is free, then that is even better. The goal of the day is to make people realize that money doesn't make for a fun time. It's up to you to have fun. The first Frugal Fun Day was invented in 1999 by Shel Horowitz. It is celebrated on the first Saturday of every October. Horowitz is an avid American writer who is famous for his money saving tips and tricks and have aided business, national and international, to flourish and grow. Some of the most prominent works include Guiding Business Towards a Greener and More Sustainable Approach. Horowitz has been featured in notable publications like Boston Globe, Los Angeles Times. With the right mindset and some easy economic calculations, you too can have fun. Firstly, the weather during October with the masterpiece of shades of orange, brown, yellow, and red gives the opportunity to make most of this by going for a walk or a hike in nature. If you are in a mood for relaxation, you can also get some snacks like cookies, sandwiches, and coffee to keep you nice and toasty. Going to the beach is another today is also commemorated as National Frappe Day in US. Frappes are undoubtedly an American staple in the coffee consuming world. It only seems fair to dedicate an entire day to the epic drink. October 7th is also celebrated today. That is National Frappe Day, and you better bet there are to be billions of people celebrating with you. Necessity is said to be the mother of invention. The need for a caffeine fix was the impetus behind Emeritus Vacondis shaking the first frappe at the 1957 Thessaloniki International Fair in Thessalonica, Greece. Vacondios was representing the Swiss-owned Nestle food company at a universal interrogation. Yes, popular American versions of the Greek frappe contains milk, cream, or even ice cream, blended with instant coffee, while the authentic Greek frappe contains no milk products. Greeks are quick to boost like every great invention. LED looks a long time to be invented and then marketed to the world. This is because mankind tends to reject any innovation that they are unable to understand, and it makes them a decade to realize that how essential the invention is. The first LED light was created by Russian inventor Oleg Glosov in 1927, but nothing was done about the research until much later. Though Oleg has distributed his discovery in Soviet Union, Germany, though Oleg has distributed his discovery in Soviet, German, and British scientific journals, his research went unnoticed until the mid-90s. In 1939, Zuljan Bey and Grigori Zeti created the first ever type of LED and patented the device. The LED in its real form was finally created in the late 1950s, and by the 1960s, only the red-colored light was available. This was a time when William Shockley filed a patent for an infrared LED, and Nick Holonak created the first practical visible spectrum LED, and this was just the start. In 1968, Herbert Packard began to use LEDs in calculation. Furthermore, more experiments were made with LED colors, and M. George Trafford invented the first ever yellow LED in 1972. However, it wasn't until 2006 that the white LED was created by Shuji Nakamura. This discovery led him to win the Millennium Technology Prize. It also changed our lives, since white LED can now be spotted in kitchens across the world. By 2019, homes all over the world have switched to LED lighting. Finally, today, we are commemorating your Matter to Me Day. May not seem like a big deal to marry, but do you know how many individuals have lost their loved ones without being given a chance to tell them how important they are? Yes. Expressing your feelings regularly is one of the most crucial and essential aspects of any relationship. If you haven't been open to your loved ones in the recent times, use this day as an opportunity to tell them how much they matter to you. In fact, you can even tell those who aren't close to you how much their experience matters. Go all out and spread the love. Relationships are essential for everyone. Unfortunately, while relationships with friends, family, and lovers fuel our lives, we often tend to ignore the people we love the most. We don't show the people we love enough affection, nor do we truly express how much they mean to us. The result, we don't realize our mistakes till it's too late. To avoid this very feeling of hopelessness and guilt, You Matter to Me Day was created. This day was formed in 2010 by Linda Jew, who experienced an incident that shook her to core. Linda had a friend who was important to her, but like all of us, she never expressed her feelings towards her friend and his son. One day, both of them passed away in an accident, and Linda was left with the desire to show them how much they meant to her one last time. Unfortunately, you can't turn back time, and people don't return from the dead to make sure no one would ever feel the regret. And she felt Linda again telling people around her that no one would ever feel the regret that she felt. Linda began telling people around her that they mattered. She had acknowledged the fact that life is short and we must realize each day to express what we feel so we wake up with any regrets. Linda said to everyone, "You are mattered to me. You matter to me." And this is how the day was created. The date of the day was also chosen keeping in mind the astrological charts that showed a new moon in Libra. That is the time that represents new beginnings. The motto of You Matter to Me Day is because everyone matters to someone and someone matters to you. So Thomas Brown coins the word emotions, feeling it in 1830. Lucien February suggests emotions are relational and contagious, spreading love in 1941. Peter Steems and Carol Steems create the term emotionology in the New World 1985. The deep analysis, Lisa Feldman Barrett writes the book How Emotions Are Made in 2017. The phrase "you matter to me" means that someone in particular, it is important to you, has an impact on your life. This means that your existence is being significant in someone's life and they are willing to make sacrifices to keep you happy. You can show someone they matter by sending them postcards, calling them, saying thank you, and giving gifts. Use this day as a perfect opportunity to list down the people that matter to you. Now grab your phone and start calling them. The best way to celebrate the day is to have small gathering with your family members who are with you through thick and thin. Missing your friends who you didn't get to speak to them, use this day to let them know how important they are. Sending them cards in the mail. So the impact of happy relationships influence your health. A study revealed that relationships are what keep people genuinely happy rather than money. A study found that women close to their partners were less depressed. According to the research, those satisfied in their relationships at age 50 were the healthiest at age 80. Happy relationships contribute to a longer lifespan. The day is essential since it helps in improving relationships and ensuring people are more expressive towards their loved ones. Since the day encourages affection, it leads to making several people happy. This includes parents, partners, and even siblings. Just telling someone they matter to you, has a great impact on a relationship, and it tends to bring people closer together. So with this, we shall end the commemorations for the day. Thank you everyone for joining us in the webinar series. So do continue to keep joining daily. All the certificates will be issued at once. Whenever the certificates are updated, we will let you know so that you can download your certificates from the website. The registration link has been shared in the chat box, and alternatively, we are also taking registration through the Zoom platform through polls. Now, feedback form is being shared through Zoom. We request everyone to quickly fill the feedback form before you leave the platform. So thank you once again, everyone. The feedback form has been raised in the form of polls. We request everyone to fill the feedback form before you leave the platform. So thank you once again being with us. See you all tomorrow at the same time. Take care. Good night.